Hi guys, we've got another lesson that technically comes from someone else because they're easy. Nat taught me how to lead a small group and I have notes. So we're gonna learn about how to lead a small group. Nat style. I have a lot of passages to look up with this. There's gonna be a lot of page flipping, just a heads up. Our roles as leaders: abide in Christ, be a Christian. Mic drop. That was my elaborating on that because really, I think that one's obvious. To lead Christians, you need to be Christian. Reach the lost. So, say you have a non-Christian friend, you get him to come to youth group, and you help them to follow God. But like, don't be mean to anyone with that. Tread carefully. To do that, you need to build relationships. Because like, as good as preaching at someone is, if I preach at you and you just see me as like some random person on the internet, you aren't gonna want to listen. Even though everybody watching is Nat, Tori, and Isaac. So like, you don't need to listen, really. But yeah. Connect the unconnected. Say you know someone who's like, they've never been to church, they don't know very many Christians properly, they like are completely oblivious to Jesus-y things. Tell them about church. Intentionally shepherd towards spiritual maturity. I wrote in parentheses transparency. You gotta be like upfront with people. Since we're talking about Nat, I'll use him as my examples today. He is very transparent. Like, I can tell you a bunch of random things about Nat that I probably don't need to know. Because Nat will tell you things, even if you don't know him. Like, the first time I met the guy, I learned his entire musical history. So, you gotta be transparent to shepherd people to grow in Christ, which is spiritual maturity. Identify, equip, and release disciple-making leaders. So identify like strong Christians in your group. Equip, teach them how to teach others. Like, this happened to me if you can't tell. And release. Don't hold on to them forever. Let them go so they can make more disciple-making leaders. Multiply and function as a team. So, as much as you have to let them leave the nest, still talk to them, don't pretend you don't know them at every opportunity. Because as they're making disciples, they might be like, I wonder what Nat thinks about... I'm looking for an example that doesn't exist, because like, the bricks in the wall are not gonna tell me anything. But say you need like to teach someone something and you don't know the answer. You go back to your mentor. And there's like a long line because they can go back to their mentor and so on until you get to someone who's dead. And in which case hopefully the person after the person is dead knows what to do. set the example. You gotta, like, you have to be what you expect of others. Now, I have Bible verses. Engaging. You need to, like, talk and pay attention in small group to lead a small group. Now hold on. Hebrews 10:24-25 presumably has something about this. First and Second Thessalonians, something about Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews. There we go. Hebrews 10. As I said, lots of page flipping. My apologies. I know this video is not very good today. Found it. Okay. Hebrews 10:24-25. And let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds, not giving up meeting up together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. I don't know what that had to do with engaging, but Nat says it has something to do, so I'm going, you should meet together and encourage one another in your conversation rather than just, like, staring at them. Like, yeah, that's what we're going with. Sorry to Nat if that's not right. Okay, listening. We're looking for James 1:19. Yes, James is close to Hebrews, yay. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. I read 20 as well, because I'm blind. I need glasses. I should probably use those, but they destroy the branding. So no glasses for me. You gotta listen, because if you don't listen, how do you know what to say? I'm looking for Proverbs while I talk, sorry. 'Cause, like, if you don't listen, you can't give a good response. You can just give a, what did you say? And that doesn't spur the conversation on. Just makes them think you're a bad friend. So, before a downfall of the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. I don't know what that has to do with listening. I'll get Nat in here and he can tell me. I read the right verse. Okay, anyways, be open. Like, share. Like, I shoved my testimony on the internet. Be open, like me. I copied Nat, but his isn't on the internet. His was just preached at middle school boys that weren't listening when he told them to listen. So, be open. You gotta tell people things to cause vulnerable, open conversations in your small group. Proverbs 19. Yeah, I'm already in Proverbs. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than a fool whose lips are perverse. I can talk. I don't know what that has to do with the subject. Nat picked interesting verses. I'll get him to explain this to me, and I will be back eventually. Maybe with Nat. We're looking at John now. Maybe this one will be more clear to me, and I can tell you what it's supposed to mean. To the Jews who had believed him, Jesus said, "If you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." I read the right verse again. I really don't know. I'll send this to Nat and get you guys an explanation. Be respectful. While I look for Matthew. You have to respect other people in small group with your time. Like, you can't laugh after they tell you about, like, how the cat died or something. But that's not nice. Be respectful so that everybody in small groups will respect you and you will respect them and they'll respect each other by following your example of respecting people. Because, like, nobody's gonna want to share in your small group if you're laughing at them when they share something that's painful for them. Anyways, Matthew 22:37. Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind." I don't know what that had to do with being respectful. Maybe if it was, like, about love, but I don't see it, Matt. Explain it. Connect. 1 Peter 4:8-9. I need my table of context. Okay, so connect. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, honestly, but my interpretation is you gotta, like, talk to your small group people outside of small groups, otherwise they won't share as properly in small groups because they don't know you very well. Because, like, do you want to share all your personal dark secrets with a stranger? I know I don't. That's why I don't talk in small groups. Listen to my words, not my actions. Anyways, 1 Peter 4:8-9. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. This one I can actually explain, finally. So, connecting, you got to, like, you gotta love the people in the group, and, like, you gotta get close to them. Be all friendly and such, because, like, you know, you need to, like, have a relationship to share properly. And you gotta be hospitable, otherwise they won't come back. Let people cook. There's no Bible verse for this one. I can shut my Bible and stop playing the game where you have to flip fast. Let people cook is slang, technically, but it basically means don't interrupt people. In Nat talk, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone. Probably Nat. I'll send this to Nat. Should I send the testimony video to Nat? Somebody tell me what to do with my life. Because at the moment, I sent Tori and Nat the first time I preached, and then got scared and didn't send it to Isaac or anybody else. I stopped with sending it to them. And then I never sent them anything else again and just hoped they'd look for themselves. But tell me, please, if I should be sending people when I teach their things. Anyways, I've got my hat, because original ideas are for cowards.